We finally have the official analysis report from my ongoing investigation explaining why Kano was forced to sit out of Mortal Kombat 1, and it wasn't a developer mistake. In Fire God Liu Kang's universe, classic lore is being flipped entirely on its head. What if Kano didn't start out as a cheap street thug this time around? What if he was a trusted agent inside Earthrealm's elite special forces who pulled off the ultimate military backstab? Now, let's look at the facts. To understand where Kano is going in Mortal Kombat 2 and where he will be placed in the story, we have to look at the strict formula Liu Kang used to construct his timeline. In the original universe, Kano was a lifelong criminal who merely infiltrated the special forces as a fake informant to spy on Sonya and Jax. But in the new era, Liu Kang actively alters destinies to neutralize threats before they can even start. Just like he tried to give Shang Tsung a harmless life as a powerless medical seller or medicine seller. It makes perfect narrative sense that Liu Kang tried to fix Kano by embedding him directly into Earthrealm's elite military ranks from day one. The Fire God wanted to give Kano discipline to keep him away from the underworld, but there is a massive flaw in Liu Kang's design. You cannot wash away a scorpion's sting. Kano's inherent good and cold-blooded survival instincts remain exactly the same. Or I should say, Kano's inherited greed and cold-blood survival instincts remain exactly the same. Because he'll only be good for a little bit of time. Only this time, I should say. But instead of being a low-level mercenary fighting from the mud, he has top-tier federal clearance, advanced tactical military training, and the keys to Earthrealm's most secure weapons vault. Now, I know what the law pursuers are thinking. Why would NetherRealm completely rewrite Kano's history? If Liu Kang is an all-powerful god, wouldn't Kano just stay a loyal soldier or be completely erased? Well, to answer that question, we have to look at an absolute law when it comes to Ed Boon's new storytelling. I like to call this the rubber band theory. If you want to understand how the future of the Mortal Kombat universe actually works, this rubber band theory explains everything. The law states that destiny in Mortal Kombat is a rubber band. Fire God Liu Kang can stretch the timeline. He can alter the background details, and he can completely change the characters involved. But the universe will always snap back with violent force to guarantee that core character traits and iconic things happen exactly the same way. Look at the undeniable proof in the original timeline. Kenshi was blinded because Shang Tsung tricked him at the Well of Souls. In Liu Kang's new era, the Well of Souls doesn't even exist. Yet Kenshi still ended up blind because Mileena slashed his eyes out during her outbreak. Speaking of Mileena, in the old timeline, she was born a half Tarkatan clone in Shang Tsung's flesh pits. In the new era, Liu Kang made her a normal, biological Edenian royal. But the rubber band snapped back anyway. She still contracts the Tarkat disease and transforms into a flesh-eating baddie. Now, the background details changed, but the ultimate destinations remain exactly the same. The universe refuses to let these characters escape their core design. And when you apply the absolute power of the rubber band theory to our current investigation, it guarantees one terrifying thing. Kano is biologically destined to become a cybernetic traitor who runs the multi-realm criminal underworld. Liu Kang tried to change his path, but the rubber band is about to snap. Now, because of that exact timeline law, I officially opened a deep dive investigation into this entire Outworld Civil War angle. I'm keeping this investigation live and ongoing right here until Mortal Kombat 2 officially drops. If you haven't revealed our initial case files yet, my previous Countess Jade breakdown is waiting for you as a pinned comment below or as a recommended video at the end of this video. Because once you map out how that rubber band snaps for Kano, the future of Earthrealm's military completely collapse. Now, if we apply that exact structural law to Kano, everything clicks into place. Kano always gets his bionic eye. He even got it in the movie. And his fierce rivalry with Jax and Sonya always defines his existence. But instead of Kano just getting his eye in a random street brawl, his special forces betrayal rewrites the history of Earthrealm's defenders in a much darker, highly personal conflict. Imagine Mortal Kombat 2's story. Kano is operating as an embedded special forces agent when he finally decides to pull off his heist to steal Earthrealm's top secret weaponry tech. His commanding officers, Jax and Sonya, are the ones who try to step in and stop him. In the old timeline, Jax lost his arms because of Ermac, but in this grounded military betrayal storyline from Mortal Kombat 2, Kano can use the very tech he is stealing, perhaps an experimental plasma laser, to blast Jax's arms completely off during his escape. Kano flees into the shadows, using the stolen cybernetics that he just got to graft his own bionic laser eye, and leaves Jax bleeding out on the floor. It satisfies the universe's destiny when you look at it that way. Jax still gets his iconic metal arms, Kano still gets his cybernetic eye, and Sonya still gets a burning obsession to hunt him down, making the rivalry 10 times more personal than it has ever been. But what does a tech thief from Earthrealm have to do with the Outworld throne? Well, everything. And if you are heavily invested in this multi-realm conspiracy, make sure to check out my Mortal Kombat 2 Civil War playlist on my channel page right now, so you don't miss a single beat of this action as we piece together the potential Mortal Kombat 2 Civil War storyline and the place the characters will be within that story. Because when you look at the arms dealing logistics, Kano becomes the absolute engine fueling General Shao's entire rebellion by supplying him with weapons. Now, speaking of General Shao and his rebel forces, they are fighting an uphill battle against Mileena's established Imperial army. Outworld's blacksmiths forge swords and spears, but they cannot manufacture heavily militarized hardware fast enough to win a full-scale civil war against Royal Magic and Sindel's loyalists. Enter the newly formed Black Dragon, operating completely in the underbelly of the realms. Kano established a highly lucrative black market pipeline. He sells Earthrealm's automatic rifles, rocket launchers, and prototype armor enhancements directly to General Shao's clan. That's what my investigation is giving me back the more I investigate his role in this civil war. But Kano doesn't care about who rules Outworld, and he doesn't care about realm dominance. He cares about the bottom line. That's just in Kano's personality. But arming primitive Outworld warriors with modern high-tech weapons, Kano completely shatters the balance of power by doing that. That's why he's so important to this story. This beautifully ties back into our last breakdown. While Countess Jade is navigating the political shadows to protect the realm's stability with Kitana, she will be forced to collide with Kano's underworld weapons ring to stop the massacre of her people. Earthrealm's tech meets Outworld's magic is what I'm seeing in this investigation. All triggered by one man's ultimate betrayal, which leads to the conflict between Jax and Sonya, and that's how we get rubber band effect right there. But I do want to give credit to Ed Boon, because Ed Boon is playing chess with the Mortal Kombat 2 roster, and the lines are officially blurred at this point. But what do you think? Does this Special Forces origin story make Kano a much bigger threat? Drop your wildest theories below and tell me which suspect I should investigate next for this Civil War series that I think will happen in Mortal Kombat 2. Now, I want to make this clear that if you look at Mortal Kombat 1's timeline, a war really is brewing. As mentioned in my Jade video, you got Kitana needs an army, Tarkatans got they people, you got your boy General Shao, he's already rebelling against, his authority, or whatever the case is, and we saw what happened with that there. Everybody has a clan, but in order for this realm to go to war that leads into Mortal Kombat's possible tournament, it's going to have to be a bloodbath. And who will be the person feeling all of this? It would be Kano. He's the perfect person to do so. So expect him and Sonya to play a massive part, including Jax, in Mortal Kombat 2's story, as it is a continuation of Mortal Kombat 1. But I want to let you know, the moment the game drops, we will be back here for a case closed breakdown to see how right or wrong we were. So smash that hype button and hit that like button and subscribe to join the detective crew. And I'll see you in the next update.